my original mask was me then, but it's not me now. You know, I mean, it's a little bit of me, but at the same time, you have to kind of keep evolving, or you're just spinning your wheels in the mud. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that makes a load of sense, and it actually impresses me that you guys put that much effort into everything that you think of to put into these masks.
People don't realize. I mean, we look at everything. You know, we look at the artwork, we look at the music, we look at the stage. Everything is interconnected because it's so much more artistic and creative than just your typical shock rock band or this or that. And I hate to use that even in like acknowledgement with us, because there's so much more creativity that goes into this band than people. I would say we have more in common with Tool than we do with Kiss, to be honest, because and I love Kiss, I love Tool, but for me it's a representation, you know, and everything is connected. Everything is a piece of each other. One can't exist without the other. So it's about putting all those things together, and that's what Tool does so beautifully.
How each of the masks look, or is it an individual?
No, it's definitely an individual thing. You know, okay. Like some of the guys, they like what they have, so it only changes subtly. You know, but then there's guys like me, there's guys like Clown, Sid. We change ours dramatically because for me, and I can't speak for everybody else, but for me, with every album, I'm different. I'm a different guy, you know. So it has to be a reflection of who that person is on the inside, and that's what all my masks have been: is a reflection of that guy on the inside that needs to just get it out, you know. So when you try to find that face, it's important to be honest to what you're seeing, but also be creative, you know. So this new mask, because of the story that we were telling with Point 5, was about the face behind the face, the mask behind the mask, you know, like the level of emotion that we were sharing with the audience we'd never done before. You know, we had done anger, we had done all these things, but it was a very real experience dealing with the grieving process. You know, when you lose somebody like that, just all of these gnarly emotions that you have to go through. And I wanted to try and represent that with this mask. So, yeah.
I know Paul Gray had a lot to do with this CD.
Yeah. Well, his story in spirit, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's some of the other aspects that came into this CD?
Well, I mean, you know, it was important for us to pay respect to him and to everything that, you know, he meant to us. But it was also important for us to really represent how we felt about it. You know, like, I mean, there was no way that we were going to be able to move on unless we kind of came together and really almost pooled our experience, you know what I'm saying? Because before that, we were all kind of so pulled apart because we were all still shell-shocked, you know? None of us had really shared the guilt, the anger, the selfishness. I mean, there's so much that goes, like I said, into the grieving process that it was important for us to kind of realize that we were all feeling the same thing. Individually, maybe in different ways, but we were all kind of coming back to that same vibe. And once we did that, it helped us not only share that kind of visceral feeling, but also really kind of, you know, pay even more respect to Paul than maybe we even realized, you know. I mean, his spirit is all over this album. And the great thing is the fans reacted immediately to that. You know, they could feel that. They could feel that this was so genuine and so heartfelt. And it's, you know, we were really, really nervous. I mean, it's a year now that it's been out. And I can tell you that we were so, like, losing our minds. Like, how is everybody going to, you know, take this? And then when it came out, it just went boom. That was all we needed, you know. More than a band member, or much more than a family member when it comes to being in a band together, because this is your friend, is your ally, it's the guy who's got your back on the road, it's your brother, it's your, you know, it's everything. It's so much more than a family member, and when you lose that, it's really, really tough. It's really tough to recover in a lot of ways.
Yeah, a person loved to tour with.
Well, I tell you what, I got to check Suicidal off my list, man. Like, just recently, they are still one of my favorite bands, probably one of the best live bands I've ever seen. And we're actually gonna take them out next year and do some more stuff with them. That's a great goddamn question. I've really been lucky enough to tour with everybody, you know, like Slayer to Metallica, Anthrax, like I've gotten to Faith No More, you know, I've done shows with them. Iron Maiden I've done shows with. I mean, we had Priest here last night, and we've done shows with them before, but it was, I mean, it's crazy, you know, so, I mean, who else is left, you know, like, I guess the only other one would be, you know, it had never happened, but, you know, Pantera would be the only other one. But I even did, you know, we did shows with Rage Against the Machine before they broke up the first time, you know, so, I mean, we were lucky enough to have that. I've gotten to tour with Korn, great friends of ours, good brothers. Deftones, same thing. I mean, I've gotten to tour with everybody, you know, like, if I could talk Tool into doing something, that would be, I mean, I don't know if it'd ever happen, but that would be something for the ages right there, you know. So yeah, I mean, even if it was just Stone Sour opening for them, I would be totally down with that. So, I mean, it's just one of those things that, you know, if you wish too hard for it, it'll never happen. But if you just kind of put that energy out there, maybe it'll come back to you, you know.
I'm getting the vibe that you're real spiritual.
Yeah, I don't know about spiritual-ish. I believe